auction drafting, specifically mock auctions in the Draft Dominator. Now, personally, my main league, my main draft is an auction draft. So, as the lead developer, let me assure you guys who do auctions that it has been a #1 priority for us to have auctions on a level footing with snake drafts. It's not a feature that we've added in and just done enough to keep auction people happy. It's a first-class citizen in this app, and it's really very well supported indeed. So we're going to talk about mock auctions in this video, and then I'm going to go over auction strategies and how we change values throughout the draft in the video after this one. So if you have an auction draft and you import your league from somewhere else, ESPN, Yahoo, wherever, it's going to come into the Draft Dominator and already have it marked as an auction. If it doesn't, then from the basic settings screen, so again, I've got the phone version of the Draft Dominator here, and I'm on this draft tab here. This basic settings here is going to allow you to switch to auction here instead of an ordered snake draft. So if you come in here and this blue button here is on order snake, you need to switch it onto auction if that's indeed what your draft is. The next thing you need to do for an auction draft is just check that the nomination order is correct. Again, we will import this if we can find it on your league host system. Otherwise, just come in here and you can just switch, if it's a different team in the first spot, you can just switch them out there. Okay, so with that all sorted, we're going to go to the draft board here and we're going to resume the draft. Now, we don't have the 1 spot here, we've got the 13 spot. So we're going to see that team with the 1 spot is going to nominate a player, and we're going to get taken straight away to the draft for this player. So we can see the nomination at the top is Saquon Barkley, and we've got our auction budget left, so we've got $200 left in this. Because it's a league where you roster 16 players, the maximum we can bid is 185 because we still need $1 each for the remaining 15 players. And then finally, we've got the current retail value for Barkley, which the app is currently calculating at 59. Here we've got some control, so we can decline to bid further on Saquon Barkley, which is probably going to end the auction here. You can see the team that's currently winning the bid here and the previous bidding that's gone on. And then here we can change what the bid that we're about to make is, and then hit the blue bid button to make it. Just before I do that, if you do want some more details on Barkley and you want to research him some more as this auction is ongoing, this helmet icon here is going to bring up the player page for Barkley. Okay, so we won Barkley and it's moved on to the second team, and they've nominated Davante Adams. So you're going to see that it's not nominating players in the same order that it would pick players in snake drafts. The nomination system is going to work a little differently from that. And specifically in the early rounds, teams are going to try and nominate high value players and make sure that lots of different positions are represented there. And in later rounds, they might nominate players according to their own need of their own rosters. So if we don't want to bid on a player, so for instance here the bidding has got up to $42 for Davante Adams and we calculate the retail value at $33, you can hit this decline button here and that's going to decline to bid further, so that team wins the auction. So let's just do that through the rest of the first round until we get to our pick. Okay, so now we're up to nominate in the 13th spot. So just like a snake draft, you're taken to a list of players. Now this list is ordered by their current retail value, this bolded column here. When you're nominating players, there's some different strategies you can take. I mean, generally, what makes sense early on in drafts is to nominate players who you don't want, but are going to go to the highest value to another team. And the reason you're going to want to do that is to decrease the spending that other teams have left as much as possible. So as an example here, if this was a real draft for me, having already spent a large amount of money on a running back here, I'm probably going to look to nominate another running back, another RB1, just try and get as many dollars as possible. That's just the best path for us here to get as many dollars as possible off someone else's auction budget. Always let's seek to have the highest percentage that we possibly can of the dollars that are left. So again, we can drag them to the right on phones and on desktops. There's just going to be a button there with that gavel to hit. And then we enter an initial bid. So we'll start the bidding on David Johnson at 25. And we'll see we're very quickly being outbid, and we'll decline to go any further. And then the auction goes on. So that's mock auction drafts in the Draft Dominator. Just like snake drafts, they also support auto completion of the draft from the drafts menu, and that's found just here, which is a really useful tool if you want to try some different strategies in the first few rounds of auctions.